Welcome to DasCoin. Welcome to the crypto revolution. This presentation will show you why you need to be aware of the revolution which is occurring at the moment. My name's Nick Greer and I'm part of Pin and Carol's team here in the United Kingdom, and this is very much part of a global movement, so welcome. The world of cryptocurrency. Now, this is the value of Bitcoin in 2009. It was worthless. It was $0. Now, bear in mind, 2003, 4, 5, 6 were premium years in the world of finance. They were the golden years, really. I mean, money was being lent left, right and centre. And there was no shortage of cash, that's for sure. Then what really happened then is a thing called CDOs. CDOs are what's known as collateralized debt obligations, but just imagine them as little gifts packaged up. Now these CDOs, they're a bit like gifts. Imagine a little factory. One end you've got somebody bringing in mortgages and assets. You've got somebody packaging them up and put them into a nice wrapper, and then you imagine there's a gift stall at the front of the of this financial institution, and basically there's a big queue of people waiting for these gifts to arrive. And as soon as they're put out on the shelves, woof, they're gone. And this is what pretty much happened in the early 2000s. So much so, what they were being stuffed with is mortgages, and they couldn't get enough mortgages basically. As soon as these CDOs went on the shelf, they were gone. They were bought by hedge fund managers, they were bought by corporate investors, pension funds, and so on. They were very, very popular devices, financial instruments. Then what happened was they run out of mortgages, and somebody said, well, there's plenty of these subprime mortgages. Subprime essentially means that they're higher risk, but they were packaged in a way that they were still giving a AAA rating. Then what happened was more demand, more mortgages were met and were needed. And there was a thing called a ninja loan. A ninja is no income, no job. These were being put inside these capsules, if you like, these presents, these gifts. And unfortunately, nobody noticed it. And when these things matured and actually the interest rates went up, it was like a big time bomb going off, and 2007 and 2008 saw the start of a financial meltdown, financial crisis. It was perhaps the biggest financial crisis, 2007 and 8, that occurred in the world since the Great Depression in the 1930s. So a group of people got together and they launched this cyber currency called Bitcoin. Now, in 2009, it was worthless. Now, the reason I mentioned about the precursor to 2009, it was brought about by uncertainty with governments, uncertainty with banks. I mean, people weren't trusting banks at all, and they needed a system where you can send money, a currency that you could trust in, which didn't have inflation. So basically, Bitcoin was developed, was born, and it was an innovation. But unfortunately, bearing in mind what happened before, people just weren't taking it up. They didn't believe it. They thought it was too good to be true. There was a million and one reasons why people thought this was just a load of rubbish. Now, what happened was, later on, in 2011, so that's just 2 years later on, it was up to 31 cents. So it took all that time for people to say, actually, there could be something in this. It was starting to trade. We know that the great Fraser Douthar, bless him, he was offered this when it was 20 cents and he was going to put $1,000 into it. And it's one of his life's biggest regrets, because he knew about it, he was tipped off about it, but like so many other people, he was too busy to take a look at it, wasn't quite sure, didn't understand it. And do you know what? It's easier to say no and leave it than it is to actually seriously take a look at something. Now, there's a Norwegian gentleman who bought $27 worth of Bitcoin, and sold it in 2014 worth $880,000. So that's $27 in and $880,000 out. And you can see actually how fast and how much that went up then. So what happened was, in just 3 years, the value went from nothing to 1,200. Now, it's true to say there's over 700 cryptocurrencies that exist today, but the true fact of the matter is that 5 of them will dominate the market, and 5 of them have got to have a number of different characteristics. In fact, why 5? Well, you'll see that not all cryptocurrencies are the same, that's for sure. What's the biggest issue with cryptocurrencies, you might ask? Well, believe it or not, you can't spend them. Currencies that you can't spend, well, they're not much value, are they? That's the biggest challenge we have today. The ease that people can actually acquire cryptocurrencies and the ease in which they can spend them. Now, Richard Branson recognises that Bitcoin is actually a good idea, but he also recognises that other currencies will be better. It's like anything really. You can't really criticise Bitcoin because they were the first. They were the pioneers in terms of cryptocurrency. And as many people say, there is no crypto company, there's no crypto bank. There's not one entity, it's all distributed, and that's one of the challenges as well, as we'll see later. Also, Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, said Bitcoin won't be the dominant system. We need things to draw on the revolution of Bitcoin. He recognizes that Bitcoin started the revolution, and in fact we do need other instruments to go forward. Well, what will that look like? Well, DasCoin have copied the best of Bitcoin and developed it further. They've brought cryptocurrency to the mainstream, to the mass public, and they've created usability. Well, how have they done that? Well, let's have a look. The World of DasCoin. So what's coming? DasCoin will be launched on the 14th of January 2014. Well, today we are the 2nd of January, and this is going to be launched in Hong Kong. Now, DasCoin is going to be minted, not to be confused with mining. The fundamental difference between minting and mining is this. Mining is you've got to actually do some work and actually go down a pit to get the ore and make it into coins. Technically what you do is, likes of Bitcoin, you have to solve mathematical puzzles and you mine the Bitcoin. Where DasCoin is different is the gold's already there. We've already got the mechanism for the coins, and effectively they'll be minted and put into circulation. So we're the first cryptocurrency to actually mint rather than mine. There is a fundamental difference, and it's important to understand this. We know that 8.6 billion coins will be distributed over a 12-year time frame. So we know the number of coins that are going to be issued, and we know the time frame. Now, the reason there's a limit is that we want to create an ecosystem which involves supply and demand. A bit like Bitcoin, we know how many Bitcoins are going to be mined. There's a difference. But we know with DasCoin it's going to be 8.6 billion in 12 years. That is significant. And it builds on the infrastructure. Now, what will happen is the MT4 plugin. Now, to most people, you won't know what that is, but to traders, it's their bread and butter. MT4 is MetaTrader 4. It's the most common platform used by traders to actually trade on the different markets, whether that's futures, commodities, Forex. It's the main sort of engine, if you like, for trading. Now, what we've got is that some clever people within the DasCoin system have devised some plugins for MT4 which are 20% faster than what's available using DasCoin. Now, if you had the choice of 2 vehicles to get you to a point, which one would you pick? Well, clearly you'd pick the faster one because you'd be able to execute trades faster and you make money faster. So this is why in the planning, in terms of trading, we've already got a plugin ready which is 20% faster than what's out there. So transactions are measured in microseconds, not milliseconds. We're going to get in external exchanges. Notice that's exchanges, not just one, in April 2017. So effectively it's going to be launched to the public, large and exchanges in 2017 in April, which means that there'll be more than one exchange trading where you can actually get DasCoin. So we'll be creating a system which will have privacy and transparency. It will be fully compliant. One of the challenges with other cryptocurrency is it's not compliant. Banks like a money laundering and know your customer compliance built into any monetary system, and that's why Bitcoin hasn't been adopted universally, because it's not fully compliant, whereas DasCoin is. We've got a mobile pay solution. Now, one of the key benefits of DasCoin is that we're moving towards usability and spendability, and the only way you can do that is having a mobile solution. A mobile solution like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Android Pay and the like. It's the same vehicle, and we'll see more about that later on. The key thing here is that we will be involved in smart contracts. The blockchain that is used within DasCoin will be able to create and use smart contracts. Smart contracts are a game changer. They'll enable you to do many things, financially and legal contracts. I can assure you smart contracts are definitely a game changer. An example of which is some Texas farmers had 60 bales of cotton they wanted to sell to China. The actual smart contract was in place. The cotton was tracked from its location in Texas onto the container, and then it was also tracked as it was en route to the port. It was tracked as it was loaded onto the actual cargo container ship. And what was specific about this contract was that when the ship was sailing and it was in the Pacific Ocean, at a certain latitude and longitude out into international waters, that contract was fulfilled, and automatically the money went from the bank in China straight directly to the banks of the Texas farmers. So it's an automatic contract. So having smart contracts within the ecosystem is massive. It is very massive. Also, we're going to have DasPay. More about that later on. Again, that's part of the mobile system. We'll have access to over 50 million global outlets. That's via Visa, MasterCard and the like. So basically, can we spend DasCoin? Yes, we can. When we get the card, we'll be able to top the cards up and spend them at any of the 50 million outlets. We'll have instant transactions. Now, by instant, we mean about 6 seconds. Now, if you contrast that with a bank payment, if I wanted to send, say, 100 euros over to China, I'd have to go to the bank, for instance. There would be a cost, and what they're quoting now is between 5 and 7 working days. We'll be able to do exactly the same within 6 seconds. We'll have loyalty and rewards and discounts. Very exciting. Now, blockchain is a digital ledger which will heavily impact how we do business in the financial services industry. A lot of banks and institutions like Goldman Sachs are investing in their own blockchain. Blockchain is the key to financial success going in the future. Technologies are moving very fast. New technologies like blockchain and smartphone payments are disrupting traditional banking. Well, that's an understatement. What blockchain's doing, it's reducing the times that financial transactions occur, but it's also reducing the costs. And it's putting a lot of pressure on the banks, because at the end of the day, they're intermediaries. And there's a lot of pressure on the banks because these systems are basically bypassing the middlemen, i.e. the banks. So there's a lot of challenges to the banks now. And one of the key things that we've got, which other cryptocurrencies do not have, is spendability. And you can see that here. Now, welcome to the hybrid system. This is indeed a hybrid system. So as you can see at the bottom, there are different licenses. There are in fact 6 now, not 5. So when you purchase a license, that enables you to actually then have cycles. Now, cycles aren't necessarily coins, but cycles are important in the development. So what happens is you purchase a license for 100 euros, 500 euros, 2,000, 5 or 25,000. I think there's a 12,500 one there as well. But essentially that enables you to have this software license to receive the cycles. What happens next is that DasCoins will be minted from your cycles. So basically, from these cycles that you've purchased from the license, the DasCoins will be minted. And then what would happen once the DasCoins have been minted? They will go into your back office. Now, Fraser was quite interested in the fact that he's put these circles as red because this is centralized. This is a key thing. One of the things that, because this is a hybrid currency, part of the system is centralized, which makes it compliant with the banks. The next bit is the decentralized bit, which is the wallet. So the wallet is access to you and only controlled by you. So please don't lose your password to your wallet, because only you have that. Once the wallet's open, then you can pull the DasCoins out and load it onto your debit card, and then that'll give you access to 50 million sources. From April, it'll be accessible via the public exchange, so people can buy them at the public exchange. So that's via different crypto exchanges that are out there, different US exchanges and so on. Also, you'll be able to go to an ATM and cash your money out, so convert DasCoins into money.
Meet DasPay, the premier global technology solution for mobile payments and digital enablement. Developed by the same team that introduced DasCoin, DasPay was created to introduce real-world application and utility to DasCoin and other cryptocurrencies. We have accomplished this through unique technology. Long before contactless mobile payments became a reality, we realized that mobile devices would soon power most things in our lives, from communicating, ordering food, booking travel, and even paying for goods and services using electronic money. Our technology partners conceived, invented, designed, and developed the first end-to-end mobile payments ecosystem. In fact, the world's first ever mobile payments transaction in Paris in 2011. Our technology partners are certified as a prepaid card processor by China UnionPay, Visa, MasterCard, and JCB. Their technology powers some of the world's largest telcos, mobile network operators, banks, and other technology companies. We know that consumers prefer our technology solutions because they can pay for goods and services using their mobile devices. This eliminates the need to go to banks or ATMs to obtain cash. Consumers can simply use their mobile telephones at point-of-sale terminals to pay for transactions. It's that simple. Merchants love our solution because our technology generates a token or record of every transaction. Our powerful technology analyzes every detail of every transaction and empowers merchants to create loyalty, affinity, rewards, and discount programs for consumers based on their buying patterns and spending habits. Banks and telcos love our payment solutions because they can service their existing clients in innovative ways and earn new revenue every time they use their mobile devices to pay for goods and services. DasPay offers quick-to-market, cost-effective payment solutions for banks and telcos alike. This technology is currently being used by credit cards, debit cards, prepaid cards, and even PayPal as payment options using mobile devices. DasPay is excited about its next major initiative, using DasCoin and other cryptocurrencies to power mobile payments. DasPay, empowering the present and future of mobile payments.
DasCoin is going to be the only cryptocurrency in the world that will offer a complete ecosystem. That is a system that provides a real foundation and strategy for a full functioning digital asset system based economy. So DasCoin, digital asset system. The DasCoin ecosystem has four major cornerstones. Number one is capital appreciation. Number two is liquidity. Number three is utility, and number four is security. It's important you get the definitions of what these are because they are key in any asset Firstly, capital appreciation, well, as the name probably explains, that it's expected to go up in terms of price. It's going to be the first and only cryptocurrency to offer a complete ecosystem. It generates sophisticated demand through marketing and the creation of scarcity and utility. In other words, these coins aren't going to be particularly easily accessible. However, you can spend them once you've got them. So it's going to be carefully monitored in terms of supply and demand in the ecosystem so that the price actually does go up rather than actually go down. It has got a powerful marketing plan. One of the ways to market is actually through network marketing as well. So that's how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be connected to all the masses, is via network marketing. So this is the first cryptocurrency designed to reach a mass market. Value creation via the authenticated network. One of the key things is, because it uses a blockchain, is that you have to be registered to be on this system, and therefore your ID is already on. In terms of liquidity, it's going to be part of a global network of exchanges, and people within the DasCoin organization are targeting individual traders. It has got a prime broker model. Now, for a trader, that's key. And as a result, there's going to be significant natural volume amongst community members. What does that mean? Well, because there's a high demand for it, the volume of DasCoins is going to be high. Because we're using the latest technology, trading is going to occur 20% faster than other major exchanges. Also, it's going to be easy to use. The entire system is lightweight. That's the trading system. It's actually only 4 megabits overall. This is the plugin that enables the transactions to occur 20% faster. So it can run on any device, that is a smartphone, a tablet, or a desktop. So this is why traders like this, is because it allows you to do trading 20% faster than any other vehicle. Utility is a key thing, and at the top of the list there is DasPay. DasPay, as you saw in the video, enables you to use your mobile phone. Effectively, it's like having a debit card on your mobile phone, and just get present to a device and pay using your mobile phone. Already there are vending machines in hospitals and so on that you can pay for using the likes of Apple Pay and later DasPay. So the infrastructure is already there to make your purchase via your mobile phone, and that's the way things are going. And DasPay and DasCoin are leading the market in terms of cryptocurrencies, because no other cryptocurrency has that ability. We have superior store of value that is easily exchanged into alternative assets. In other words, we've got systems in place where you could use DasCoin, for instance, to buy bullion. The key thing with utility is smart contracts. These are legal contracts that smart contracts are a game changer. They're absolutely key. Smart contracts enable more business to be carried out in a validated and authenticated way. Again, smart contracts are legal contracts that can be done online. The other part is we have our own blockchain, and the blockchain as a service is key to the utility. One of the key areas that any ecosystem needs is security. We use the highest level of cryptography commercially available. In other words, we use ciphers and cryptology, which and a distributed system, which makes it very difficult for hackers to get at. We've got our own proprietary private blockchain technology, which other people do not have. So again, that adds to the security element. And because we've got a global network of peer-to-peer vaults and not just one server, it makes it even more difficult for hackers to actually attack the system. Again, thank you very much indeed for watching, and please go back to the person that introduced you to this video. This is an exciting opportunity. DasCoin is a game changer. As I said, it's a hybrid currency, and it's going to change the face of the world. Thank you for watching.